Hello friends, welcome back to part 4 of this series, and in this episode we are going to open up the front body panel to check out the problems that I had before. So to do that we need to open the grill first, which requires opening up 4 screws, 2 in the front and 2 in the top end right next to the handlebar. So these are the screws that I was talking about. So you can see the grill is removed. Now we are going to open the front body panel. So to do that we need to remove the screws on both the sides as shown by me, and we also need to remove these locks right in the corner. I will tell you later how to open these locks. And then we need to open the screws over here, which we already did, and the screws on the sides and inside the glove box as well. You can see one screw on this corner and the other one on the opposite side. So you can see the front cover is removed. After opening all the screws it comes out very easily. So now we're going to take a look at the problems. So this is the indicator flasher, and I thought of replacing the indicator buzzer which was fitted before. It didn't work at all, so I'm going to replace it with a new one. So this is the indicator buzzer, and I did use a plastic wrapper to keep it safe, because if it gets wet then it gets damaged. So it works perfectly. It belongs to a company called Swiss. Anyway, let's move on to the main problem that I had before, which is the choke cable. So to open the choke cable I need to open the rear body part from where I can access the engine, and to do that I need to open the following bolts. So you can see these are the 2 bolts over here, and 2 screws right in here. There are 2 more screws on the footrest and 2 more screws on the side. So you can see the body panel is removed. So this is the cable, choke cable, where it fits, and you can see it's completely jammed. It's not moving at all. When I pull it out it came out, but it's not going back in. I did try to pull it out with a plier, but it was completely jammed. I believe it's because of rust. So you can see the entire engine is really small, and it's similar to Honda Activa i. It's only a 100cc engine. Okay, so to open the cable I need to open this bracket, and there is a screw right over here. And to open this screw, either you will need a right angle screwdriver, or you are going to use the holes on the side. So you already know the hole on the right, it's used for opening up the air filter, and the hole on the left is used for opening this screw. So now you know why these holes are here. So using a long star screwdriver insert it through the left hole and you can open up the clamp. And then there is one more screw right over here which will open the clamp from the cable. So I did turn off the flashlight so that you can see the screw. After that, I need to pull out the cable from underneath the floor panel and from the front, and I have to pull out from here. And to put the new cable back in, I need to use the same way. The cable will go from here, tail first, and it will come out from the engine bay. So you can see this is the cable and it goes through all these brackets and straight underneath the floor panel. So to get there I need to open this panel over here, and it's held by 3 screws, one in the front, one in the inside and one on the side. Total of 3 screws. 3 screws on each side. And if you take a look underneath the floor panel, there is nothing very complex. There is nothing much complex. It's very easy. The cable is almost free. You can just push it out and it will come out from the front. And you can see this is the cable. So no matter how clean you keep your scooter, you're going to have dust and dirt in these tricky corners. So the cover is open. Now you can see this is the screw that I was talking about on the side, one over here and one in here, 3 screws on each side. And this is the cover. So the next problem that I had with the handlebar is, you can see right here, all the clamps that hold the cables and everything, they are really tight and they're rubbing against each other, making a weird sound and making the handlebar a little bit of stiff. You can see it started to rust and cut the cable from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lubricate all these cables with grease. It might not be a good idea because all the dust and dirt will stick on the grease, but it will remain smooth and easy. So let's open the cable. So first you need to push it from the engine side and it will come out from the front, and then you can pull it out. So this is the cable, it's completely out, and this is the new one. It's made by some Narvada brand. It's an aftermarket chalk cable. You can see it's written it's made for Activa 110cc and Maestro, but it's nowhere written Honda Dio. So I took a measurement of the cable, a length of the cable, and it matches the original length, so it will fit. Well, at least from the shop they said it will fit. So let's see. So before putting this cable in, make sure to lubricate the wires. Use some engine oil or motor oil between the outer and the inner cable. It will make it much more smoother. So you can see I have poured in oil using a syringe, using an injection syringe. I applied the mobile or the engine oil, so it's completely lubricated. So I've inserted the cable tail first into the hole and then tighten the nut. And now I'm going to follow the route all the way to the engine bay. So do it very little at a time. So first I'm going to insert the two brackets on the front. So you can see I've inserted it and I pull it out from the bottom, and then I'm going to make a U-turn and push it underneath the floor panel. Here you can see, and then I'm going to pull it out from the engine bay, and I'm going to connect it to the clamp. So you can see it came out from here and it's going to get fitted right over here. So now the clamp is attached and I'm going to screw that in. So it's the perfect length. And it's now super smooth. You can see when I pull the lever there is a hole between the cables, the outer and the inner cables. So this is where I applied or I poured in the engine oil, and it will keep the cable lubricated and super smooth, because from the factory it was really hard, but now it's going to be super smooth, just like motorcycle. So now I can see when I pull out the chock and leave it, it goes back in very smoothly. So even in a new scooter you won't see it, and it's very satisfying. I'm satisfied with it. So I've also applied a little bit of grease on the cables and all the tricky corners. You can see the indicator buzzer, it's wrapped in a plastic sheet, and now it's going to remain dry, because this indicator buzzers, if it gets wet, they don't work. So the squeaky sound when handlebar is moved from left to right, now the sound is gone. I'm not going to apply any grease over here because it's going to attract much more dust and dirt. Anyway, I'm putting back everything together. So only 3 screws on each side, total of 6 screws. Now one thing you might have noticed that I didn't say anything about the locks previously. The locks that is over here, and these locks goes to these holes, and I haven't explained anything about these locks, how it's opened. So let's see how it's opened. So this is the lock. I haven't put it back because while opening I have destroyed, or I break out one lock, and this is the other one. So after breaking one lock I understood how it's opened, and I didn't put it back because without the lock it's okay, it doesn't matter. So I'm using a keyhole over here to show you how to open this lock. So it's a 2-part lock, you can see. First I'm going to show you how it's put in the hole. So after pressing in one section, the inner section, which is also the key, you press it straight in and it locks, and now it's not going to come out. Now you can see it's not opening up. Now to open it you need to press on the middle section right over here. You press it hard and it will release the lock. So now the lock is released. Now you can easily pull it out. Now to put the lock back in, you need to open the lock in two parts. You need to pull out the key and repeat the process of how to put the lock back in. So I didn't know how to open the locks at the first time, so I break one lock. I just pulled it out and it was broken to pieces. Then I took a careful observation and I found out how to open it. So the second lock, I opened it very carefully and I didn't put it back. Anyway, let's get back. So now I'm going to put the front cover. You can see it's fitted, very easy, only few screws. You can see where the screws are tightened. Two screws are gonna be over here with the grill. So after that I'm going to put the grill back in. You can see the two screws. Don't forget to tighten the screws inside the box. So now everything is fitted just the way I opened it. It's very easy. So take a look at the chalk cable. It's very smooth, just like motorcycle. So now I'm going to change the engine oil, and then I can say the work is completely finished. It's done. The service is complete. So use a 17mm wrench to open the drain nut and cut a 2-liter bottle just like this, and you can drain the oil in it. After that you can store the oil in a separate bottle. So as engine oil I'm using Castrol Active 10W30 and it's an 800 ml bottle, but the engine only requires 700 ml. So before pouring the oil inside the engine, plug back the drain nut and tighten it. So the nut is 17mm. You will need a 17mm wrench to open the nut. So here you can see it says 800 ml. So how will you know that you are pouring in 700 ml? So pour till the level right over here where it says net quantity. Pour it till this level, and the rest is the excess one. So if you pour it till the level which says net quantity, that is approximately 700 ml, and after that it's excess. And pour it in this direction, not the other way, in this way, because if you pour it in this way you're going to spill the oil. So pour it in this way and you will not need any funnel or anything. And do not use this excess engine oil as gear oil. Gear oils are separate, so don't use this oil as gear oil. So what are the tools that I have used in this project? So first of all you are going to need a star screwdriver. Star screwdriver is the most needed screwdriver. and you are going to need a long and bigger star screwdriver. You can see this is a big star screwdriver and a small star screwdriver. And then you're going to need T-wrenches, 8mm and 10mm. Most of the bolts and nuts are going to be opened using these T-wrenches. And a plier is optional, which you might need or might not. There is a hammer, need of hammer, where you need to tap out the CVT cover if it's jammed, but if it's not jammed then you don't need a hammer, so the hammer is optional. And the rest of every tool is not needed at all. Star screwdriver, the longer star screwdriver, it's essential, but the minus screwdriver is not needed. So that's it guys. Oh, you will need grease and a 17mm wrench to open the drain nut. Anyway, these are the few still photos that I have taken while I was working. So I hope you like this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share my channel, because your subscription gives me motivation. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time.